tell me you have no sense of urgency without telling me you have no sense of urgency. Was she not in slow motion trying to retrieve that ball that she sent directly in his direction? To me, this just demonstrates the difference between women having to be aware at the gym versus men needing to be aware at the gym. Because how many times now do we see men be ultra careful about being criticized as a creep at the gym? Men are being so careful, they're keeping their eyes down, they're keeping their hoods up, they're keeping their hats on. They dare not say a word to any women. And even when a woman asks for help, he's questioning in his mind if that's a good thing for him to do. Whereas here's this woman that's just completely oblivious of the people around her. She's just doing her exercise and pushing her equipment away when she's done with it. It's just another double standard of how women can live their lives versus how men have to live theirs.
Can you be in my video so we can make my ex jealous?
Huh?
So we can make my ex jealous?
You giving me bread or buns?
I'm sorry?
If you're not giving me bread or buns,
Can you just pose for the photo?
Absolutely not.
Do you guys understand that bread or buns just saved my life? Now imagine I said yes to helping making her ex jealous. What if her ex-boyfriend was a felon? He could have been an assassin. This man could be a crack shot for all I know. Now there's a video of me viral on the internet and her ex-boyfriend sees it. I'm cooked. Like imagine somebody want to take your life and it's an anonymous user. And for the audacity of this young lady to come up and ask me for a favor, knowing the risk and not offer me bread or buns. And that is why we apply bread or buns to our life. This is not only a move to get on offense, this is a move to get on defense. Women are more powerful than y'all think. They are the root to a losing money and the root to a losing his life because there's another willing to crash out over that.
Hey, I would like a husband, please. Any husband? Oh, no. I would like him to have certain qualities. I want him to be attractive, but not cocky. Smart, but not academic or anything like that. Ambitious, but not too much of a workaholic. He's loyal, but I don't want him to be boring. He's dependable, but he also likes adventure. He loves to travel. He's charming. He's funny. He preferably speaks 3 languages and is super cultured. And I think that's about it.
Right. And what are you bringing to the table?
I'm sorry, me? I don't understand.
What qualities are you offering him?
Well, this isn't about me. This is about you giving me what I want. Well, actually, it is about you because you need to be a reflection of what you want to attract. Okay, blah, 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 whatever. I don't really have time for this. I'm actually in the middle of a Netflix binge, so just ring me whenever he gets here, okay?
Right.
Divorce should have been his answer, but instead, my husband put me in the car and he drove me to the tattoo parlor and we got matching wedding rings. That was almost 15 years ago. Now, he would have been well within his rights to ask me for a divorce. I deserved it. So when I come on here and say, stop fighting with your spouse and start fighting as teammates against the problem, it's because that's what we did. Well, that's what he did. He took me aside and he said, this sucks and I hate you for it, but we're gonna fight through this together. And that's what we did. So if you can show your partner any grace, and if you can fight through it to the other side, I promise you'll be better off for it. We are a stronger couple now than we've ever been in the 30 years we've been together. We fought side by side against so many things, and I'm so thankful for him. He gave me a second chance when I didn't deserve it. And here we are, so many years later. But again, I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve what Jesus did for me. I didn't deserve what my husband did for me. But that's what grace is. So if you can look at the person on the other side of the table that maybe you hate right now, or maybe if you're looking in the mirror and you're the person you hate right now, give yourself some grace, give them some grace, and try to look at them as humans who are flawed, who are going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes too, so get off your high horse if you can. But let them be your teammate if you can too. I promise you it's worth it if you'll just fight through it. Love ya. I expected all the mean comments targeted at me. What really caught me off guard was stupid comments like this. I cannot imagine a world where anybody would think that somebody who stays with their spouse after going through something so incredibly hard is a weak person. The amount of strength that it takes to stay and to push through and to fight through and to work through. Like, I know very few people with that amount of strength. And so to call him weak is just like mind-boggling to me. I can't get over how stupid these comments are. Walking away and throwing in the towel, that's the easier route. Staying and fighting through when all you want to do is leave. And all you want to do is self-protect. And all you want to do is take care of yourself. Gosh, where is the weakness in that to stay? I just don't get it. I'm floored by this.
What do you guys think? I know there's some men out there that have had this happen to them and they've stayed with their significant other. Apparently this is one of the guys. What do you guys think?
Let me finish.
Jesus Christ.
Just shut your mouth and let me finish.
Okay.
Thank you. About time. 2 + 2 = 4, would you agree? Is that always true?
Yep.
What do you mean by always?
It past, present, and in the future. Is it a universal
I mean, it
truth?
depends. Like, there's like an entire like debate over like whether we've like found math or it's always existed. Like, for example, if there was no one to see it, like in the cosmos, and we had 2 particles like just like rolling around each other, does that mean 2? Like, does that still exist? Does math still exist in that context? I think that math is probably something that we like observe and that we've kind of come to use like in a utility sense. But I don't think that I think there probably needs to be someone there counting for there to be 1 or 2 or 3 things. I think it's like there's some utility in math. So I don't necessarily think it's like something that you can quantify in this way of always existing. I think it's something that we kind of constructed.
So you're saying numbers are only dependent upon the things in the world?
I mean, if there's no things in the world, yeah, there's no number of things.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Math,
numbers are universal. Yeah, numbers pre-exist. Logic pre-exists creation. That's why creation is ordered in a logical way.
Okay, I would probably disagree.
So creation is not ordered in a logical way. Okay, do you believe in the laws of logic?
I think that the laws of logic are like we use them like utility-wise, right, to come to conclusions and to like you know.
So they could be false in the future.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that we've
asking you a
system.
question. Okay, I'm asking you, could they be false in the future?
What are we talking about here? What's going on? Just answer the question. They're so dead set on being right that they make themselves look silly.
I saw a post where a girl was like, happy relationships don't really exist because if it did, we would see more of them online. Speaking from firsthand experience, us happy folks are hiding from y'all. The internet has this thing where once you start posting your relationship, people want you to further try and prove how happy you are. And we don't have time for that. Like, I'm just going to stay offline and enjoy my happy life. I don't have to prove to strangers how happy I really am. When we post about certain things as motivation for other women, we get nothing but negativity. So why even bother? I'll never forget the time I made the post where I was like, all men don't cheat. I know for a fact my husband is not cheating. Then everyone and their mom ran to my comment section to try and tell me that they knew my husband better than I know my own husband. I had to hear, how you know that? Because we're together 24/7. He works from home, doesn't go anywhere. Then I heard, well, while you're gone, he's probably sneaking another woman in. Well, we got cameras all over our house, and also he's home watching the kids. I can literally see everything he's doing 24 hours a day. Then you know what the reply to that was? Somebody literally told me, well, he must be gay because all men cheat, and if yours not cheating, he must be like men. Then somebody else was like, oh, you better be careful he's not messing with your kids because all men are cheaters, so why he's not cheating? So he has to like kids because he's not cheating? That is how evil, twisted, and sick a lot of these women are online. Oh, but I'm not done. The post where I was like, I don't know the cost of anything. I don't work. I don't have to pay bills. I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. I don't have to do nothing. Men and women hopped on that post to come up with the worst case scenario that they could possibly come up with. He's sleeping with the housekeeper. He has another woman pregnant. Somebody even said he's grooming me, even though I'm in my 30s. Sometimes the stuff people say on here is so sick and foul. When you live like me, you don't even want to read the comment section because the hate, the animosity, the jealousy, and the envy goes crazy. So to stay stress-free and keep your peace, it's best to just let everybody think all men are liars, all men are dogs, all men are cheaters, and just gatekeep the good ones to yourself because it's just not even worth it. It's really not worth it. The internet is so problematic. Most people in the comment sections, most people scrolling on here are very miserable and hate their lives. So a lot of times it's not even good to talk about your special someone. Just let them just think whatever they want to think and keep it moving.
If all else fails, they really start to shame these people's husbands, man. They're shaming these people's husbands. I'm thinking about Joy Behar when the ladies on The View were talking about men and how useless they are. And then I think Sonny Hostin said, well, you know, I have my husband. He's handy. I call him handyman. He does things around the house. When things go bump in the night, he gets up and goes and checks them out. And so I really appreciate my husband for that. Not to be outdone, Joy says, well, you know, after a couple of rounds of, you know, just saying, well, maybe this and that, just really saying that he's not really a good man. I think that final round, she said, well, you know, maybe he's gay. On live television, she said that. Disrespecting other people's husbands because you can't get your relationship straight.
Look, watching a man beat his is so attractive, and I'm tired of feeling weird for thinking that, because I don't know, it's just a huge turn on. And then watching him go at it like that, and then watching the boys like kind of go up and down and bounce, like that drives me insane. Just seeing his facial expressions and then just the grunts and groans that he expels, it's like, so yeah, I love to watch. I love it.
A woman in the comments said, girl, it's 8 a.m. I agree with you. These women, man. Anyway.
Any man that you laying up and giving your body to should be able to do anything. And I do mean anything that you ask.
So does this go for men that are giving you his money as well?
Okay, alert, PSA, for real. Okay, so I was, getting like on first time ever two male specimens, okay? Fun, but if you're not careful, you're going in front door, back door, and maybe a little bit you go in the back door with this, and then you go in the front door. Guess what? Infection, UTI. Did not like that. It's fun, but guys, think about that. You gotta clean it up or use a rubber or something. Thank you, Wisp, if you want to sponsor me ever. I got that UTI medication like within an hour or two. Amazing. I felt relief within like less than a day. Not fun taking antibiotics, but they really help. So just so you know, if you guys want to go, you gotta be prepared.
How do you like that? For the exquisite price of $35,000 to $45,000, this is what you can get for your money.
My boyfriend and I don't go to the same gym. We just don't mix business and pleasure like that. But we both pay roughly the same ridiculous amount to go to the gym. And so the other day I was looking around at my expensive gym, like, not to be rude, and clock me if I'm wrong, you know what I mean. I used to go to the Planet Fitness, and quite frankly, the clientele of the Planet Fitness that I went to were chopped in unk. And that the direct correlation between attractiveness and price per month for the gym membership, I think, is there. You know what I mean? Not always the case, but I was looking around at my gym like, there's some really hot girls here, and I'm so glad my boyfriend is not here to see them working out. Then I had this thought, if I pay this amount, he pays this amount, and my theory is, if my theory is true, then there are probably so many hot girls in this gym that I don't even know about.
But I thought y'all said that what women wear to the gym isn't a problem.
My husband is gonna make burgers tonight for dinner, and I was like, what are you making with the burgers? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, what are you making with the burgers? Is it a burger and fries? Are you making a salad to go with it? Is there fruit on the side? What's the side dish? He's like, I'm not making a side dish. How many of your husbands do that when they make dinner? Because every time my husband makes dinner, it's just a burger on a plate, a piece of chicken on a plate. I love that I have a domesticated husband who will make dinner, but he has literally served us just a single chicken breast on a plate.
Most likely, that man was either raised by a single father or he was single himself for a while, or he was raised by a mom that really pushed veggies on him and he hated every second of it. Honestly, a lot of sides are just fillers, especially French fries. Like, you might as well just eat another burger rather than fries. I've actually done that myself, especially from fast food restaurants where the fries are just not healthy. Also, let's not forget that that burger has veggies on it, plus some cheese for protein potentially. Also, most of you ladies don't have a leg to stand on, because can we talk about girl dinners? Your idea of a meal could be crackers, cheese, maybe some pepperoni with olives and wine. That's it.
Everyday men deserve less. Everyday men deserve less. Why my light came on when I'm almost 30 minutes from home? I'm like, you know what? Let me not let something else happen. So I'm like, okay, let me stop at this gas station, right? I go, I'm waiting for the bathroom. Whoever the fuck was in there, taking too long. I'm like, come on. I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait 20 minutes. I'll wait 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, let me get gas. Let me see. Let me put air in my tire, right? I'm walking back to my car. I see old dude looking at me. I'm like, oh, okay, I drive to my car. Follow me to my car. So I'm like, okay, how do I do this transaction so that way he can just leave? He didn't leave. He's like, oh, can I pump your gas? I'm like, sure. I'm thinking like, okay, you're gonna pay for my gas. Cool. I'm like seeing how he's moving. I'm like, oh, okay, let me put my card. I put my card. He's like, oh, did you want to pay? Hello? Well, why are you here? Why are you here? He waited till my gas finished, pumped it, closed it, but he didn't even close it right. He didn't even close it right.
So you're mad that he offered to pump it but not to pay for your gas, which is what he said. That is a man approaching you. Hey, can I pump your gas? Hey, sure. Actually, I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. What's your name, by the way? My name is John. Oh, I'm Candace. Nice to meet you, Candace. Are you around here? Do you live around here? You know, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Well, you wouldn't because we don't live in the same area. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know, you mind if I, take you out to eat anytime or, get your number? Maybe we can connect. You know what? I'll think about it. What is there to think about? Let's just get to know each other. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can give you a shot. It's a little playful flirting that you're doing right there, right? But instead of being thankful, you're asking him to pay for the gas when he was trying to do something nice for you. Loser mentality.
I feel like a lot of men hate makeup is because they know they can't wear it. They know if they do wear it, that means they're obviously gay. And that's why a lot of straight men hate.
You don't think maybe they don't like it because they can't see your actual face? You don't think that might be it? What's funny is the woman in the comments said, she's for the streets. She's for the streets. Another woman said, yes, get that divorce and let that man be free to go get another woman that will appreciate him. Exactly. Somebody else said breaking up her family, causing trauma and heartache for her kids and husband because she's bored. Oh yeah, God will surely humble that woman after the divorce goes through. These women they're terrible. They're terrible. Like I said, the most recent thing is the woman moving to another state. Moving to another state for 3 months, getting another job, another apartment. Her husband and kids are chilling at the house, and she thought she was justified. Thank God the internet did not agree.
Sha'Carri, no, I fought for you. I've had many arguments for you. You're not doing this, baby. I believed in you, Sha'Carri. Y'all, this ain't no regular woman. This is a gold medalist. Look at how strong she is. Watch this shit. You would think I'm getting bullied by another. Look, damn. She ain't done with him, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. He just trying to keep his composure. He don't want to end up on a no-fly list, because if he was acting like that, he'd already be on a no-fly list. Look, she grunted when she did that. About to bump into the white folk walking through, making us look bad. Look, he just trying to get away from that animal chasing him around that fucking airport. They gonna go all by TSA. She mushing his face. Why, she gonna throw something at cuz. All by TSA. Look, God damn, he picking it up, trying to keep his cool. She walking back up. Man, what's wrong with y'all? And And if she acting like this, bro, in the airport, you know she putting belt to ass at the crib. Now you're a man, so you gotta do this a little different. You gotta hit her in them pocket wockets. You understand me? Yeah, get the fuck away from her and sue her for what the women sue them dudes for. Emotional damage, and I hit in them pockets and get away from her. You know, I'm not gonna say it's go as far as to smear her name, but if that's what you want to do, you know, recreationally, that's what they do. I just can't believe it. I tried to go back and find all the videos where I was like, why y'all hating on Sha'Carri? I hate when I see a bunch of people hating on somebody and it just seems like she ain't never did nothing. When everybody was hating on her, like, haha, she came in 7th place. It was that's crazy.
And you know, if Christian Coleman wanted to sneak a little one in there, yeah, and run, he could. They're both Olympians. He could run away from her, and he could outrun a cop. I mean, he can't outrun that little toy that cops have. But you know, if they decide to pull that out and let that off, he can't outrun that. But if they decide, you know what, we gonna chase, it's gonna be a foot race, then he got a pretty good chance of getting away.
This is a follow-up to my video from yesterday. Men were saying to me that women on first dates were asking them for rent payments, phone payments, asking them their income right away, asking them their credit score. And I just thought it was crazy. But I've been thinking about it. Men, the women that are doing this, what do they look like in their profiles? Are they scammers? Are they all provocative pictures? Swimsuit pictures, bikini pictures? Not saying that women can't be like that, but if that's all they are and you're clicking on them because they're hot and they have pictures like that, they might just be scammers. They might just be looking for money. They might be looking for free food, someone to pay their rent. So I don't know. I know that my pictures on my dating apps are classy. They may be sexy. I have the profile picture that I have on TikTok is one of the pictures that men really like on my dating profile. It's me in a chair wearing heels, jeans. I'm not even showing skin, but it's a sexy, classy picture. So if you're clicking on women just wearing bikinis and, you know, just looking for sex or looking for money, these are the women that are going to ask you these kinds of things. They may be scammers. So if you're just looking for a one-night stand, awesome. But if you're looking for someone to build something with, maybe don't click on those women. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Thanks.
These modern women, man, they really, you know, they really don't have any class, man. They don't have any class. They don't have any manners. They don't have anything that a man would want. And when men just quit approaching because of this foolishness, then women get upset.
Help me with this. We're all single. We're all dating. We're all talking to people. We all have someone in our back pockets in case of anything when we do start to actually date. So if we're all single, when are we actually going to find our person? If you're single, I'm single, we're talking, why are we still single? Help me out. Help me out here. Help me out.
There's a lady in the comments that said, if you like the person, isn't that when you cut/block everyone else? I mean, it should be, but modern women nowadays think that, you know, like somebody else in the comments said, looking for the next best thing, options, trends, social media, that whole thing, they're always looking for the next best thing. So if I've got a man that I think is, honestly and truly, when I first meet him 100%, and then I go back to the group chat, and the group chat says, flowers are the bare minimum. He needs to bring you like on the second date. If he really likes you, a large bouquet of flowers. Like, I'm talking like 200. It's a little bit pricey, but tell him to get him from here. That's where my man got him from. They're not telling you that the man that they're talking about that got them these flowers cracked that same night. When he met her, he was probably an athlete. Number one. Number two, I should say number three, she's never heard from him again. So she goes out there, tells that man that, and then the man is like, no, I think I'm good. And y'all are both single again together. So At some point in time, you got to cut that roster off if you actually like that person. But most modern women won't.
Yo, I just seen this video of a woman who posted on TikTok and said that she just asked for a divorce from her husband because she felt, God, I don't know how to say this without it kind of sounding a little crazy, because she felt like she wanted and expected kind of to feel and have more out of the relationship than she felt she has currently. Mind you, I think she's been married, I think she said 10 years. They have kids together. She said he's perfect. Does this sound familiar? Because this sounds like a video of mine that blew up not long ago about me talking about the woman who divorced her husband and then regretted it later. Okay, listen. So she said he's a perfect human being, perfect man, kind, respectful, patient, all this amazing stuff she was saying about him. Amazing father. No complaints there. Is there anything he's got to work out in those areas? Work on in those areas? She said no, absolutely not. He's fantastic. But she feels that, kind of like, she didn't say this. This is kind of what I gathered from it. She's bored. She's bored of the same old thing going on in her life. Mind you, they live a very, very good life, okay? They look like they're well off. They look like they're doing phenomenal in life, all right? So you got this amazing man as a husband, and you got kids with him, and he's an amazing father. Yet you just asked for a divorce from him because you're bored. So, yep, guess what? The comments, they got on her ass. They said, look, you have a healthy relationship, and healthy in the long run equals feeling boring, okay? But that's the goal in life. When you feel bored in your relationship, you've got a fucking amazing relationship, because there's nothing that the other person is doing or that you are doing to the other person that causes you to be stressed out, have drama, cheating. She said she didn't say any of this was going on. So I feel like that's the reason why she's feeling the way, right? So she kind of was asking for advice on if other people feel that way, on what she should do, on should she continue her relationship. Well, her husband was like, look, let's try to make changes. Reiterates what a good man he is. Let's try to work on things. I'll try to do things differently. See if, it'll spark something in you that'll want to keep you in the relationship. He loves her to death, and she says she loves him to death. Like I said, it all comes down to boredom. What the fuck is going on with people? All this social media stuff, and I feel like just so much shit goes on in relationships, and they don't last because, honestly, the simpler the relationship, the fucking better. Like I said in the past video, if you want something intense and interesting, spice it up. You got to do something different at that point. It doesn't seem like he's doing anything wrong. It just seems like you are now like fetching for, okay, look, one of the comments said, you have 80% looking for a 20. Don't leave that 80% going to look for a 20, because you're never going to be satisfied. Like, I believe that 100%. Once you hit a level in your relationship of certain years, it can feel like you're stagnant, like you're bored, like nothing new is going on in your life. And she said like she felt like she was trying to still find herself as a human being. Girl, I'm so sorry. Okay, I was about to say some shit, but she would be making a big mistake if she left her husband looking for that 20%. The fun, you want the fun, and then when you get the fun, you're gonna wish you had him after you had the fun. So might as well take his ass and go have the fun with him. Because as soon as you leave that man, he gonna find somebody and they gonna snatch him up real quick. Right? It sounds very familiar. But ladies, I feel like that if you've been in a long-term relationship and you want something new in your life, do something that'll make it feel new. Do something that'll reignite I feel like it's the romance. You feel me? Like after a certain amount of years, like the romance kind of feels like it dies down a little bit. You have to do shit to make the romance stay alive. And now after that, if shit's not going down and yeah, you can't find the romance and you don't want to be in a boring relationship, then at least you tried. Which they are trying. They said they're trying. Now though, after the video, she's posting all these wonderful things about her husband, how she's happy, she's choosing to stay and fight. Ooh, sometimes you just need those a million other people in the comments telling you, bitch, get it together. Remember what this is about. You want a boring life for real. Because if you had somebody that was cheating on your ass 24/7 and was just party, not wanting to take you serious or want to settle down or not wanting to help you with your kids or none of that, or wanting to pay the bills or none of that, you would be in a different point in life right now. You'd be praying to God that you had the man you had. Just saying. Ladies, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit.
Do not be mad at me, because I have an amazing black man that loves to love punch my guts and treats me like a princess. By princess, I mean he doesn't pay for all my bills, and he doesn't pay for all my stuff, and he doesn't pay for me to stay home, but he gives me peace. He doesn't disturb my peace. Don't be mad at me for that. It ain't my fault y'all chose wrong. Look at him.
Love punch my guts is a crazy one. It's a diabolical one.
Okay, this one's for the fellas. Bros, get in here. Let sis pick your brain, judgment-free zone. I just want to know how you guys think. So, I have a question. How come when you guys are losing interest in a female, not all men, again, these questions are not to all men, but how come when you guys are losing interest in a female, rather than telling her, like, hey, this ain't for me no more, or if you go back to an ex, whatever, how come you guys just don't tell the girl? Why don't you guys either completely ghost her or just slowly stop the communication and kind of just like switch up the entire vibe? Why don't you guys just tell her? Why don't you guys just keep it real?
Dude in the comments said some females can't handle the truth. If we're honest, feelings get hurt. If we lie or aren't completely honest, they're happy even when they say to be honest. I gotta agree with that. Maybe not in all situations, but I gotta agree in some of those situations. You tell this woman straight up, you don't really want to be involved, and you have just created a problem for yourself that's going to be at least a couple more hours, if not days. So as a man, what do you do?
Hi, no, we didn't get anything, but are you hungry by any chance? No. We can get you a free meal anywhere you want, though. Do you want a free meal? Do you want a free meal? Pick a spot, man, and we got you with a free meal.
Can I do a spicy deluxe meal, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, sure. What do you want for the drink?
I got drinks here, man. That's all.
Alright, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Can I get a spicy deluxe with a lemonade?
Fries and a drink?
Yeah, meal.
And what would you like any sauce?
Barbecue.
Would you like anything else?
No, that's it.
Your sauce is received back here, right?
Thank you. Have a good one.
You guys have a good day.
Hi, welcome to Panera. What can we get started for you?
We got your Chick-fil-A.
You can pull forward.
Okay.
I'll do the camera for him.
Yeah, we have the Chick-fil-A.
She don't want to be on camera, but I'll do it.
No, we already got it for
I
him.
know, it's for him.
Oh, okay, here.
I just wanted to be on your camera.
Oh,
so I can show my boss. Here, Arturo.
Appreciate you guys.
Come next time when I'm here, because I'm the general manager.
Yeah.
Don't mess with them.
All right, next time we got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for helping them out. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You guys are good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Guys.
Now see, acting silly, you done missed your blessing. You done missed your blessing now.
I was at the restroom and some girl was talking about how she had just left her man of 15 years because he caught her cheating with the next door neighbor, and all the girls in the bathroom were cheering her on. They were like, oh, get it, girl. And I was in the stall like, how are you guys hyping her up? Like, she cheated on her man of 15 years with the next door neighbor. And on top of it, she said her man was like in the Marines, and so like that's why she was cheating, because he was always working. Excuse me. And these drunk bitches are hyping her up like, yeah, live your life, girl. And I'm in the stall like, the fuck is wrong with society? Your man serves our country and you're out here cheating with the next your fucking neighbor. And I'm guessing he got a lot of motherfucking time, because What? You'll see my video of my reaction in the stall.
It's well known that in the past, women have not been treated well. They haven't been valued. They haven't been heard or appreciated. And kids were just meant to be seen and not heard. But in our day and age, it's men who are being discriminated against. It's men who are being told and made to feel that their opinions, thoughts, emotions, feelings, they don't matter, that they should just sit down and shut up because it's your turn now. It's not hurting just men, it's hurting women, it's hurting kids, it's hurting families. Just because it wasn't fair that women and kids were treated this way doesn't make it okay that we're treating men like this now and completely disregarding them. Why has this become an accepted social norm? To disregard anyone in this way in a world of love and acceptance. Make it make sense.
I feel like a lot of women underestimate their power, but not just in the obvious ways like careers, ambition, independence, but in relational power, and the power that you hold over who you decide is in or out of your life, especially when it comes to romantic partners. You have so much power over who you choose to spend so much time with, because your romantic partner is the person that hopefully you'll want to spend the rest of your life with. There are so many women, there's kind of two sides of this coin. There are so many women that are in relationships with men who don't deserve that time, who are not willing to make that commitment, who are not willing to support you in the woman that you are and the woman that you want to be. They're not willing to support that. And then you have women on the other side that are looking for this perfect book talk relationship of best friends to lovers, and they think they need to know the man 100% before even being willing to go on a date. And they overthink it and they overcomplicate it to death. And they end up being single for way longer than they should be. But here's the truth. Here's the truth. To the one girl on the one side, you are never going to know someone 100% before you get a relationship with them. That is the truth. Men in friendships versus men in relationships are completely different animals. If they're just a friend, they're going to treat you differently. If there's a potential romantic partnership going to be formed, also an incredibly different person. You are never going to know 100%, everything about that person before you date them. And also dating, quite literally, the entire point is to get to know that person. It's to get to know them in that way. You don't have to put your heart on the table right away. But also, if you do, use discernment and put your heart on that table, and you might make something amazing. You might have an amazing connection, but you have to take the risk. It's gonna take some risk, but don't let the fear of heartbreak completely destroy any chances of that. And then the women on the other side, you are drop dead gorgeous, okay? And men who are wasting your time, who are not willing to make a commitment to you, who are not willing to follow you on your dreams and your hopes and the things that you want to do in your life, who are not on the same page as you, they don't deserve to be in your life. I know it's hard to break up with someone that you love. I know that it's hard to, make that choice. But sometimes we have to think with our thoughts over our feelings. And sometimes that makes for a really hard choice. Even if you love someone very dearly, it doesn't mean that they're right for you. And so where does this all come into play? It comes into play with wisdom. Wisdom is formed by using discernment, by praying, and by using rational thought over emotions. In some cases, sometimes it's important to think with your feelings, but a lot of times you have to think with your thoughts over feelings. And sometimes that can be really hard. Using wisdom in these relationships is so important. When to say no, when to put a boundary, when to say, unless you do this, I'm out, because that's not what I'm looking for. It is the wisdom to stand up for yourself, whether that means going up to the guy and asking him out for yourself, or saying yes if he does ask you out, or it means breaking up with that person that is not willing to spend the rest of his life with you and is willing to just let you waste your time. It means using wisdom in those situations. because there's always going to be a risk. There's always going to be a risk in breaking up with someone. There's always going to be a risk in getting together with somebody. And that's kind of the name of the dating game, is risk. But how you play that game in your early life right now is what's going to eventually shape your future. What kind of person you marry, what kind of person you end up with, or whether or not you do get married. Now, wisdom isn't always going to be the answer to everything. So have people around you to be around you and see your relationships and help you when you get into them. Have, your fangirls, all around you during this time. That's when it's important to have the support. Whether it's because you're getting out of a relationship or you're getting into one. Because getting out of a relationship can be so mentally difficult. And it's through wisdom, through support, through prayer, and through understanding how much power you hold over your life that's going to give you a rooted life.
So a guy in the comments said a lot of women would do a lot better if they didn't focus 100% of their brain power on what they want and actually took time to get some game and learn what a man wants and holding themselves to that standard. I think he went on to say likewise guys would benefit a lot if they took some time off of looking at what women want and started thinking about what they want from a woman and holding her to that standard. So basically, if women would take some of the focus off of themselves and say, well, what does a man actually want? How can I serve him? How can I cater to him just as I would want him to cater to me? And then he goes on and says, and also men should stop focusing on what does a woman want and doing all that stuff, because if you're doing too much of that and you're abandoning who you are, then essentially you're starting to simp for her if you go too far. Now, you being respectful and trying to treat your lady and spoil your lady is not simping automatically, but for some of these women out here, that's what they want, is a man to just completely abandon everything, be the nice guy, but then at some point in time they're going to get tired of him and leave him. He's saying to guard against all of that, right? And I definitely agree. Men need to start taking themselves, some of them, because some guys do, and that's why they're not in relationships with these women. Start taking yourself serious, a little bit more seriously, bro, and saying, nah, man, I got something to offer. I got something to give. I got something to say. And me spending my time and my money on you, and you ain't even trying to reciprocate, those days are over.